Carburetor time. This is actually what I had on the B31 for a while. I've got a concentric on there at the moment, so I'm going to reuse this because the one that came with the bike was Makuni of some description. I'm not even sure if it's big enough size. It looks quite small, so I'm going to fit this, as this is almost the correct type. This is a 376/7. It should be a 376/321 for the Royal Star. So obviously it's just got a few jets in there that are wrong, but the rest of it is all okay. It's a monobloc, which is what it should be. I had previously machined this flat, so there was a bit of a bow in there, so that should all be good. And I had previously replaced the adjuster, throttle stop, the pilot jet and that nut, that's all new. This end cap here is a new old stock one because the other one was warped. But the only thing I have got to do is change the main jet, the float needle, because this has got the old plastic one in here still, which is pretty worn, and also I've got a new union and filter in there for that. So we will get all that sorted, and I'll just need to check this is at the right needle setting. Should be 3. If it'll come out. A bit tight. Come on. It's a bit tight. There we go. Right, so that should be on number 3, which I can't really see, even with my glasses. Right, what is it? I can't remember how many notches there are on this one. Oh, that was right. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 5 notches on there, so 2 from the top. Should be right, I think. Yep. Got a feeling that was a new needle as well. Alright, so we'll put that to one side. What should we do first? Jet, that's probably the easiest. I think that's a 190 in here. So that is a 106, which is correct. Probably would have been easier to undo this before I took it out, wouldn't it? bit of new jet in there. Let's pop that back in, that'll make life easier. Unless this is particularly tight, which it shouldn't be. Yeah, that's a 190. Bag that up for later. Okay, so we have got a 250. Should really be a 260, but for now this is all I could get. And yeah, you never know, we need a little bit up, a little bit down. I'll try that one first and see how it runs when we get that far. Way off yet, I think. Still got to mount the exhaust and make some brackets for those for the front. Right, so that's that. That pilot I know is not quite right. That is a 30 in there. That should be a 25. But I'm just going to run it and see how it goes. And obviously we have got a bit of adjustment, so I have to see what that's like. Right, now let's have a look at this. Float valve. Yeah, amazing to still get these new old stock. I've got another one, another spare. Ease that off. There we go. Right. As I can remember, when this was on the B31, it was flooding a little bit, and that float does seem as though that is going right the way up to the bottom of the tickler. That's what it looks like anyway. Oh, maybe not. Not hitting the bottom of the tickler, but it is hitting this. I do believe, is it? Maybe not. The best thing is get something in there. Not far off, but yeah, that is okay. Okay, right, let's just put this out. So I don't quite know why that was flooding, but that was. sure I tested the float and that was fine. Don't think you can adjust these. Don't think that bends up, does it? I think that's I believe that is soldered on. There is a little bit of wear in there. Let's see what it's like. If not, I might see if I could build that up with a little bit of solder. That would give me a little bit more shut off. Right, this is the old plastic type valve, which you can see is pretty well worn. There's a bit of groove around the top. You can't actually feel it. Right, so new one. Apparently these are slightly shorter, which is not a good. Well, actually, I don't know. According to Paul Henshaw, anyway, these are shorter. And that's why they flood out. Right, 1605. If you've got that, if I've got that in shot or not, this camera's doing its funny thing again. Right, so that one was 1605. This has got rubber tips, so it's a bit hard to. Nope, that's longer. Not by much. Half a mil. Unless that's badly worn. Right, so we should have a better seal with that one. Pop that in there. Oh, actually, before I do that, have a look at the condition of the actual other end. Like I say, that was flooding up a little bit. Yeah, that may be. That's dirt. Maybe a little piece of little ding in the edge there. We'll see how it goes. May need to get another one of those, but that's easy enough to change out on the bike, so not too worried at the moment. Right, let's pop that back in there. Pop that back on there. Little spacer, don't forget that. Yeah, that's definitely not going up as much. So that might actually solve the flooding problem. It's getting actually dropping. Oh yeah, a little bit tight in there. Won't just be because it's dry. Right, that on there. That gasket looks perfectly okay. That on there. That way, that will do it. Screws, and do not over tighten. Because that's what causes them to, well, causes the lid to go out of shape. So just nip those up. I think the old one you could actually see the gap, it was that bowed, and you could move the gasket. That's what I was leaking. Right, what we got now? Oh yeah. Oops. Feels a little bit hard, but that was a new one when that went on, so should be okay. Fuel filler. And banjo. That was sort you can play. Right, which way do they go? That way, I think, don't they? Yeah. On there. Hopefully this will miss the pancake filter. Just nip that for now. Hopefully that will sit something like that. And this is the pancake. I did have to do a little bit of adjustment, shall we say. I didn't quite get it square, but this, when I was screwing that on, was actually hitting the head of that bolt. So what I did was just take this plate and put it in the press with a big metal ring there. Another one on the inside, and just bow it out a little bit. But it should, hopefully, I haven't cross-threaded it, screw right the way in without hitting that. I think there should actually be a O-ring on there. Right, well that is okay. There is clearance down there, so that will do just fine. Let's see. Tighten that up. Oh, that's in the right place. I could actually go a little bit that way. Okay, that'll do it. Right, so that is practically ready to refit. So just got to get cable in there. I did also get some new adjusters for the top, and pretty sure I've got a choke slide for this somewhere, so I will dig that out. That can also go in. So that is more or less done. Right, well, I found the air slide parts anyway, so could get a little more slack in this cable. Right. Just get all the slack we can to start with. Makes it easier. Right, so this needs to go through this rear one here. A little more slack on that one as well. 7mm. Right, that should do it. So that's the choke one. Ferrule is a tight fit in there. Good enough slack. Well, let's see. Can't get any more of that end. Should go a bit further in there, I'm sure. If not, we might have to take the adjuster out if we can't get enough, because there is adjustment at the other end. Let's see. That should go a little bit further in there. That's as far as that one to go. Right, let's see what we got. Not a lot. Okay. Spring. That. Push that as far as we can get it. Without pinging across the workshop. Not enough slack. Let's have another little look at this. Let me just open that out a little bit, and I think I might just take it right out and take the lock nut off. That'll give me a bit more. Right, while I do that, I'll just turn this off. Right, hopefully we'll have enough now. Take that little lock nut off. Also just ran a drill down inside there, and that's gone in how it should do now. Right, let's have another go. So I've got this brass tube. spring, and hopefully I can now get that in there. Oh, do you know what? I don't think, still not got enough. I wonder if this is the right cable. Got a little more adjustment that end. Yeah, that is not going to go. The inner is not long enough. And now I've got it stuck. Right, I'll fight my way and get that off there, and we'll think of something else. Right, let's have another go. Yeah, just removed a bit of, about that much of the outer. From there, we should have enough to play with now. Right, where are we? That spring, got too much now, it looks like. That back, that in at the big end and the little end, that in the little end, spring, and when that's adjusted to the right length, we'll pull that actually. I can probably get that nut back on there now, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. There is plenty of adjustment there now. Right, a little bit more difficult to get these off. Oh yeah, just got it. So when that is in there, like that, I can slide up and down on this brassy piece. Right, so that bit is ready to go in. The throttle cable, which I've been trying to get some oil down because that was dry as a bone. Is that any freer? If it is, I'll get it in there as well. I think time I get a bit more oil down there, that'll be just a little bit of a repair with some heat shrink on the bottom here. That's starting to crack. Rather than buy a new one. Right, so let's see if we can get this one in there as well. Through there. That ferrule was also tight. I did just have to give that a little bit of a file round. Right, can we now get this in here? This is another difficult thing to do, pulling against the spring and trying to hook that in. I'm not sure we've got enough slack on this. Right, that's that bit is to get that in there once you've got the needle on. One, two, it's hard to see. There we go. That's that one there. Hopefully. Right, now try and get this back. It's a bit easier when you've got the lever on the other end, because you can pull up. A bit more slack. Or a bit more tautness rather, not slack. Pull that in as far as I can. There we go. Right, so that can now go back in here. Where are we? That way round. I'm sure that's the right slide, you know. I think that's the wrong slide. .376. Yeah, that seems a little bit sloppy to me. Oh well, that's supposed to be the right one. Oh, it's got it. Right, there we are. Right, here we go. Gasket. I could use some weld seal, however I won't at the moment. I'm just going to have to see how this goes. I can always take it off and put it back on again. Right, so gasket, isolator or insulator, whatever you want to call it. Second gasket. Actual fact, we should be using these other ones, I think. Yeah, one there. That's for the engine side, really. If you've got a twin. Right, paper gasket. That's better. Carburetor. And if you notice, no O-ring. There's no need to fit an O-ring. I've used an isolator block and gaskets. In fact, if anything, if you do use no ring, you're more likely to distort this flange. Right, let's see. Untwist my cables. I've got my filter already in there, because once this is on, I don't think there's enough room to actually get it in. And I do think there is a little bit of jiggery here to do to get this in with this filter. In fact, I might have to start to screw that on. To give me enough clearance, because one of these studs is a little bit long. Or can I do it? Oh, hang on, no, might be able to. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right. So just find the nuts and washers up for that. Tighten that down. Get this on and bring it back for another look. There we are. Carburetor fitted, filter fitted. I've just got to get a lever for the air slide and a new throttle control, because that one is no good. And yeah, I'll give that a try then.